Determine the amount of input tax credit ITC available to Messrs M Limited manufacturer in respect of the following items of the goods and services purchased by it in the month of May 2020, and also pass the accounting entries in the books of Messrs M Limited for the month of May 2020. So in this sum we are going to learn about some transaction on which ITC is allowed or not, whether it is allowed under section 16 or it is blocked under section 17 subsection 5, that we have to learn in this slide. And different transactions are given, and on the basis of the nature of transaction you have to decide whether ITC is allowed or not. Now first one, here serial number, particulars, basic value exclusive of GST, GST rate, CGST plus SGST oblique IGST, nature of supply. This instruction will remain common for all the transactions. Whenever value is given, it is exclusive of GST. That means you have to add the GST into it. Rate of CGST. So here rate of CGST is 9%, rate of SGST is 9%, and rate of IGST is 18%. And when it is a intrastate supply, then CGST and SGST will apply, and when it is interstate supply, then IGST will apply. That is the basic things you have to aware about it, and if you know about it, then only you can pass the entry. If you are having knowledge about this, when CGST, SGST is applied and when IGST is applied, then only you can pass the entry. So with this, what is the entry of GST advisory services of rupees 1 lakh? So first of all, before passing entry, you have to decide whether credit is allowed or not, whether ITC paid, whether GST paid on this 1 lakh, that is 18% आपने जो पे किया है, credit is available or not. So answer is yes, credit is available. So if credit is available, then what is the entry? Entry is GST advisory expense account debit 1 lakh, CGST input receivable account debit 9,000, SGST input receivable account debit 9,000, two party account 1 lakh 18,000. Why? Because if credit is available, then you have to record CGST, SGST, but if credit is not available, then you don't have to record any amount. जब क्रेडिट अवेलेबल नहीं होता तब उसको ऐड नहीं करना है, आपको जस्ट उसको कॉस्ट प्राइस में ऐड कर देना है. In next transaction, you come to know about this, okay, when ITC is not available, then how to pass the entries. So here ITC is available and it is an intrastate supply of goods or services. So that is why ITC is allowed, and so that is why CGST input receivable account and SGST input receivable account is debited, and whenever you provide some output supply, this will be available as a credit. Second transaction, catering service on the celebration of annual day of the entity. Amount exclusive of GST is 70,000. Rate of GST is 18%, and it is a intrastate supply. As it is a intrastate supply, CGST and SGST will apply. But before applying it, you have to identify whether ITC is allowed or not. Whatever GST paid on this transaction, whether it is allowed or not. So here catering service on the celebration of annual day of the entity. So in this case, value is exclusive of GST. So you have to make 18%. 18% of 70,000 is 12,600. So now this 12,600 is allowed or not, whether we will debit CGST input receivable account, SGST input receivable account in the books of account or not. So that is to be identified. And catering service on the celebration of annual day of the entity is not provided by employer under the statutory obligation. And as it is not provided under a statutory obligation, so whatever expenses incurred on the celebration of annual day of the entity is totally blocked under section 17 subsection 5. And when it is allowed, any facility provided under a statutory obligation, then only it is allowed. Say for example, if this transaction is like that, catering service contract is given to a party to provide canteen facility under in a factory under a statutory obligation, then whatever expense incurred in this, then it is allowed. So here it is not allowed. So in this case, entry will be catering expense account debit 82,600 to party account 82,600. Why 82,600? Because we have added GST amount into the expense. 70,000 plus 12,600, it will come to 82,600. So whenever ITC is not available, we have to add GST amount into the cost price of the expense or whatever expenses incurred in respect of capital asset, in respect of goods, in respect of service, and you have to add this figure into the main amount. So answer is catering expense account debit 82,600 to party account 82,600. Next one, works contract service for construction of factory building 5 lakh, 12% rate of GST is given and it is a intrastate supply. As it is a intrastate supply, CGST and SGST will apply, and here net amount is 5 lakh, and if you make 12% of 5 lakh, then it will come to 60,000. Now whether ITC is allowed or not. So for works contract, remember, any works contract given for construction of factory building, any works contract service for construction of admin building, for construction of tower, for outside the factory, for construction of pipeline outside the factory, for all this situation, whatever works contract given by a businessman to a contractor, then in that case all these are blocked under section 17 subsection 5, except one works contract is allowed if works contract is given for the establishing of a plant and machinery into the factory premises, and whatever expenses incurred on it and whatever GST paid on that expense is allowed, because plant and machinery are directly going to be used in the manufacture of goods. So that is why except plant and machinery, nothing is allowed in case of works contract. Otherwise, only plant and machinery it is allowed. So here it is blocked. So entry is like that: building account debit 5,60,000 to party account 5,60,000. Now in this case, businessman has added the GST amount into the expense 5 lakh plus 60,000, and separately it is not written CGST input receivable, SGST input receivable, because credit is not available. When it is to be recorded separately, when credit is available, but when credit is not available, person doesn't record it in a books of account. Next one, cement used for construction of admin office. Net amount exclusive of GST is 9 lakh. Rate of GST is 28%, and it is a interstate supply. Interstate supply means a person is selling outside the state, then it is considered as interstate supply. And if it is a interstate supply, then IGST will apply, and rate of IGST here is 28%. So for this transaction it is 28%. So that is why we have to apply 28%. Now cement used for construction of admin office. So 9 lakh is given. Now you have to make 28% of 9 lakh, it will come to 2,52,000. Now if ITC is allowed, then it will be recorded separately as a IGST input receivable account. If IGST credit is not available, then it is to be added into the cost of it. So as per the situation of the transaction, cement used for construction of admin office, and it is not used for the construction of plant and machinery or establishing plant and machinery into the factory premises. So in this case also it is blocked under section 17 subsection 5. So that is why entry will be admin building account debit 11,52,000, 9 lakh plus 2,52,000, two party account 11,52,000, as it is added into the cost price of a admin office, admin building. Next transaction, Honda City car purchase for officers of the company for office use 12 lakh. Rate of GST is 28% and it is an intrastate supply. Here it is an intrastate supply, then CGST and SGST will apply. But before applying it, we have to find out whether it is blocked or not. So here Honda City car is purchased for officer of the company of the for the office use. So purpose is office use, but as it is its setting capacity is less than 13 passenger. So that is why according to section 17 subsection 5, if any motor vehicle purchase having seating capacity less than 13% and it is not used for transportation of goods from one place to another place, so that is why whatever GST paid on it is totally blocked, and in that case you have to add GST amount into the cost price, and entry is car account debit 15,36,000, 12 lakh plus 3 lakh 36,000, two party account 15 lakh 36,000. So this way we can pass the entry. As it is blocked, what we have done, we have added the GST amount into the cost price of a car and party account is credited. So this way we can pass entries. So you have to remember when GST is available and when GST is not available. If it is available, then it is to be recorded separately. If it is not available, then it is to be added into the cost price of a particular asset, particular goods or particular services. Purchase of packing material. Amount is 1 lakh. Rate of GST is 12% and it is a interstate supply. As it is a interstate supply, IGST will apply on entire supply. Now 12% of 1 lakh is 12,000. So now you have to answer the question whether credit is available or not. If credit is available, then it is to be recorded separately by IGST input receivable account debit, and if credit is not available, then this amount of 12,000, that is GST amount, will be added into the 1 lakh and it will be recorded as 1 lakh 12,000. So here, as it is a purchase of packing material and it is directly going to be used into the supply, and it is all the conditions of section 16 has been satisfied, so that is why we can say that credit is available, so it is recorded separately and ITC is available. So entry is purchase into bracket packing material account debit 1 lakh, IGST input receivable account debit 12,000, two party account 1 lakh 12,000. So this way we can pass the entry as IGST credit is available, so we have recorded it separately. Now next transaction, food and beverages purchased for its employee during the office hours. Amount is 10,000. Rate of GST is 18% and it is intra-state supply. Now here it is a intra-state supply. CGST and SGST will apply. Next, food and beverages purchased for its employee during office hours. Now here this expenditure is incurred by employer under statutory obligation or not, that you have to identify, and it is not incurred by employer under a statutory obligation, so it is whatever GST amount paid on it, that is 1800, that is totally blocked. So that is why what we will do, we will add into the cost price of the expense. So entry is food expense debit 11,800 to party account 11,800. So what we have done, we have included the amount of GST, that is 1800, into the cost price of the expense, because credit is not available. So whenever credit is not available, we will add it into the cost price of the expense and directly record it with the full value, 10,000 plus 1800, that is the full value of the expenses, as credit is not available. Now next transaction, purchase of air conditioner for office use. The company has not claimed depreciation on GST amount under the Income Tax Act 1961. Amount is 30,000, rate is 28%, and it is a intrastate supply. It is a intrastate supply, so that is why CGST and SGST will apply. Now 28%, we have to make 28% of 30,000. Now whether credit is available or not, this is a special kind of transaction. Here it is purchase of air conditioner for office use, and company has not claimed depreciation on GST amount under the Income Tax Act 1961. So here there are two situations. If company claim the depreciation on GST amount, and if company cannot claim the depreciation on GST amount. Here it is a situation that company has not claimed the depreciation on GST amount. So if company does not claim depreciation on GST amount, then credit is available. But if company claim depreciation on GST amount under the Income Tax Act 1961, then credit is not available. Credit is available means what? We can write down separately. If credit is not available, we will add into the cost price of the air conditioner. As in this situation, company has not claimed the depreciation, so credit is available, and entry is air conditioner account debit 30,000, CGST input receivable account debit 4,200, SGST input receivable account debit 4,200, to party account 38,400. Here it is a intrastate supply, so that is why CGST and SGST is receivable. CGST input receivable account debit, SGST input receivable account debit 4,200, 4,200. And as it is, credit is available because company has not claimed the depreciation on GST amount under the Income Tax Act 1961. So that is why we have recorded it separately and we have not added into the cost price of the air conditioner. If company has claimed depreciation on GST amount under the Income Tax Act 1961, then in that case, what will be the entry? So in that case, entry is air conditioner account debit 38,400, two party account 38,400. In that case, we will not record it separately. In that case, credit is not available. Steel and iron material used for construction of factory sale. Amount is 3 lakh. Rate of GST is 28% and it is an interstate supply. As it is an interstate supply, IGST will apply. IGST credit is available. But we have to check it whether credit is available or not. So here it is a steel and iron material used for construction of factory sale. So it is nothing but it is one type of works contract for construction of immovable property, and this kind of works contract, whatever expenses incurred on this type of works contract is not available. So whatever steel, whatever iron material used for construction of factory side, that is not allowed. But if steel and iron material used for construction or for establishing plant and machinery into the factory premises, then allowed. So in this case, as it is used for the construction of factory set, credit is blocked. So what we will do, we will add GST amount into the cost price of the material. So entry is factory said account debit 3,84,000, two party account 3,84,000. So in this, what we have done, we have added GST amount of 84,000 into the cost price of a factory sale. So 3 lakh plus 84,000. So 3 lakh 84,000 factory sale account debit to party account 3 lakh 84,000. But if same is used, if same steel and iron material used for establishing plant and machinery into the factory premises, then we will record it separately. If it is interstate, then entry will be factory side account debit 3 lakh IGST input receivable account debit 84,000 to party account 3 lakh 84,000. So that is why before giving any answer, you have to think about it whether credit is available or not. If credit is available, then what is the entry? If credit is not available, then what is the entry? That determine your answer, whether you are right or wrong. Computers purchased for office use. The company has not claimed depreciation on GST amount under the Income Tax Act 1961. Amount is 2 lakh. GST rate is 28% and it is a intrastate supply. As it is a intrastate supply, CGST and SGST will apply. And if you make 28% of 2 lakh, then it will come to 56,000, total 56,000. But as CGST and SGST will apply, we will make it half 28%, 28,000 of CGST and 28,000 of SGST. But before writing it, we have to identify whether credit is available or not. This exercise is useful only when credit is available. Otherwise, what we have to do, we have to add total GST amount into the cost price of the computer. Here, the situation is like that the company has not claimed depreciation on GST amount under the Income Tax Act 1961. So this is the situation where company is not claiming depreciation on 56,000, that is GST amount. So whenever company is not claiming depreciation on GST amount, remember, whenever company is not claiming depreciation on GST amount, credit of the GST amount is available. If credit is available, then we will record it separately. So in this case, entry is computers account debit 2 lakh, CGST input receivable account debit 28,000, SGST input receivable account debit 28,000, two party account 2,56,000. As company is not claiming the depreciation on GST amount, or company has not claimed the depreciation on GST amount under the Income Tax Act 1961, Section 32. So that is why credit is available, and so that company has recorded it separately, and it is available as a credit when he is providing outward supply. It can be used. But if situation is like that, the company has claimed the depreciation on GST amount under the Income Tax Act 1961, then in that situation entry will be different. In that situation, entry is computers account debit 2,56,000, two party account 2,56,000. So what company will do in that case? Company will add it into the cost price of the computers. So 2,56,000, 2,56,000. So this way entry can be passed. Now next one, banking services for business purpose. 40,000, 18% of GST amount and intrastate supply. So it is nothing but banking services for business purpose, and as it is not a for personal purpose, so it is not blocked under section 17 subsection 5. And whatever banking service is paid and whatever charges you business, that is company, has incurred for availing that banking services is allowed, credit on those expenses is allowed. So here simple entry is banking service expense account debit 40,000, CGST input receivable account debit 3,600 as it is an intrastate supply, SGST input receivable account debit 3,600, to party account 47,200. So it is a banking service for business purpose, so that is why credit is available. But if it is wording is used like that, banking service for personal purpose, in that situation entry will be banking service expense account debit or personal account debit to party account. You have to record it total value 47,200, 47,200, and it is not to be used for, and even though as it is a personal purpose, okay, so we will not record it into the business. But if payment is done through business, then we will write it down into the business, but credit is not available. Next one, manpower supply services. Amount is 44 lakh, GST is 18%, and it is a interstate supply. As it is a interstate supply, then IGST will apply. Here manpower supply services is there, so credit is available. So entry is manpower services expense account debit 4 lakh, IGST input receivable account debit 72,000, to party account 4 lakh 72,000. As manpower supply services is a expenses, and all the conditions of section 16 has been satisfied in this expenses, so that is why whatever GST paid, credit is available, so it is recorded separately into the business, and credit is available on these expenses when person is providing outward supply. he can take the credit of this IGST at the time of outward supply. Raw material purchase for manufacture of final product. Amount is 15 lakh, rate of GST is 12%, and it is interstate supply. As it is interstate supply, IGST will apply. Now, as raw material is purchased and it is going to be used for the manufacture of final product, so it is directly used for the outward supply. So naturally, credit is available, and as credit is available, we will record it separately. IGST will be recorded separately. So entry is purchase account debit 15 lakhs, IGST input receivable account debit 1 lakh 80,000, to party account 16 lakh 80,000. So credit of 1 lakh 80,000 is available. So that is why it is to be recorded separately. IGST input receivable account debit 1 lakh 80,000. Next one, telephone oblique mobile services telecommunication 90,000. Rate of GST is 18% and it is interstate supply. So here also telephone mobile telecommunication services, nothing is said whether it is used for the business purpose or personal purpose. We are assuming it that it is going to be used for the business purpose, and whatever expenses incurred and whatever GST paid, it is allowed as it is one type of service availed by the company, and credit is available because it is directly going to be used for the business purpose to expand the business only or to enhance the business. So that is why we can say that credit is available, and as credit is available, so we can record it separately though. So entry is telephone service expense account debit 90,000, IGST input receivable account debit 16,200, to party account 1 lakh 6,200. So credit is available, company has recorded it separately, and credit of this 16,200 is available later on when outward supply is done by the company. Now next transaction is purchase of trucks for transportation of own raw material, no depreciation claimed on GST amount 15 lakh, rate of GST is 28%, and intra-state supply. So before passing entry, we should know whether credit is available or not. Here it is a purchase of truck, that is purchase of motor vehicle. So just I am revising about section 17. So if company has purchased motor vehicle and capacity of that motor vehicle is less than or equal to 13 passenger, then whatever GST amount paid on it, that is blocked. That means it, whenever any purchase, say for example car is purchased for transportation of or for taking their officers from one place to another place, then credit is not available if sitting capacity of that car is less than 13 person or passenger. So what entry can be passed in that situation? Whatever GST amount is there, that will be added into the cost price of a car. Say for example, cost price of a car is 10 lakh and GST is 1 lakh, then entry is car account debit 11 lakh to party account 11 lakh. That can be a entry. But there are certain exceptions. If any vehicle is purchased for providing training, for transportation of passenger, and any vehicle purchased for transportation of goods or finished goods from one place to another place, then we don't have to look for the seating capacity, and whatever GST paid in that situation, credit is available. So that is why here it is a purchase of truck and it is used for the transportation of raw material, and no depreciation claimed on GST amount. Here also depreciation is not claimed. So that is why GST amount will be recorded separately into the books of account and credit is available. But if depreciation is claimed on GST amount, then it will not be recorded separately. It will be added into the cost price of the trucks. So that is why in this situation, entry is vehicle account debit 15 lakh, CGST input receivable account debit 2 lakh 10,000, SGST input receivable account debit 2 lakh 10,000, two party account 19 lakh 20,000. So what company has done? Company has recorded CGST and SGST separately, and credit of this CGST and SGST is available. Why CGST and SGST? As it is a intrastate supply. So you have to check whenever company is purchasing any capital asset. So first question should come into your mind whether company has claimed the depreciation on GST amount or not. If answer is yes, that means if company has claimed the depreciation on GST amount, then it will be added into the cost price of the asset. GST amount will be added into the cost price of the asset. And if company has not claimed the depreciation, then it should be recorded. It must be recorded separately. Health services for its employee fitness. So employee has incurred expenses on health services of its employee fitness. Amount is 1 lakh 12% GST and intrastate supply. So here employer has incurred expenses on the health of an employee, that is fitness of the employee, and this expense is not incurred by the employee under a statutory obligation. So that is why whatever GST paid on it, credit is not available. So that is why in this situation it will be added into the cost price of the expenses. So entry is employees health expense account debit 1 lakh 12,000, two party account 1 lakh 12,000, as health and fitness services is totally blocked under section 17 subsection 5. Credit is not available for the employer, and so that is why it is not to be recorded separately. So it is to be included into the cost price of the expenses, and here entry is employee health expense account debit to 1 lakh 12,000, two party account 1 lakh 12,000. Now next transaction, goods transport agency service, GTA, RCM, transportation of goods services. So GTA is nothing but it is a one type of service where RCM will be applicable. Now RCM means a reverse charge mechanism. There are two types of mechanism, forward charge mechanism and reverse charge mechanism. What is the difference? I already taught you. In forward charge mechanism, supplier is liable to pay tax, and in reverse charge mechanism, recipient is liable to pay tax. Once again I am repeating, in forward charge mechanism, that is FCM, supplier is liable to pay tax, whereas in RCM, recipient is liable to pay tax to the government. Now in reverse charge mechanism, special kind of entry can be passed, because in reverse charge mechanism GST amount is to be paid only through cash ledger. That means in first stage credit is not available. GST, the person who is a recipient has to deposit GST amount to the government, and then later on he will claim the credit if he is a dealer. So here entry is freight expense account debit, CGST input receivable account debit, SGST input receivable account, that is RCM account debit, two party account, two CGST RCM payable account, two SGST RCM payable account. So here CGST input RCM account debit. Why CGST input RCM account debit? Because it is a reverse charge mechanism and credit is available, but credit is not available to the first stage. First of all, person has to pay this GST amount to the government, and then once after paying the GST amount to the government, then he will claim the credit, because recipient is liable in this situation. So entry is little bit different. So CGST input receivable account debit, SGST input receivable account debit, and same time it is a liability of a person also. So that is why it is to be credited to CGST RCM payable account to SGST RCM payable account. So why it is payable? Because person has to, that is recipient has to pay this 5,000 plus 5,000 to the government through cash ledger, and then later on input credit is available. So that is why CGST RCM payable account second entry we have to pass along with this. So whenever there is a reverse charge, you have to pass two entries. CGST RCM payable account debit 5,000, SGST RCM payable account debit 5,000 to bank account 10,000. Because RCM liability has to be discharged by cash ledger only, and ITC cannot be used right now. So that is why you are raising the liability and you are paying the liability at the same time by using cash ledger to bank account. You can write down to electronic cash ledger also instead of bank account. So that is why here entry is two entry we have to pass. Once again I am repeating the entry: freight expense account debit 2 lakh, CGST input receivable, that is RCM account debit 5 lakh 5,000, sorry, SGST input receivable RCM account debit 5,000. So in this case credit is available, but at the same time you have to create the liability. So that is why to party account 2 lakh, to CGST RCM payable account 5,000, to SGST RCM payable account 5,000, and this liability should be discharged through cash ledger. So CGST RCM payable account debit 5,000, SGST RCM payable account debit 5,000 to bank account 10,000. Instead of bank account, you can also write down electronic cash ledger account 10,000. So this way we can pass the entry of RCM. In RCM, that is in reverse charge mechanism, you have to pass two entry.